Assalamu alaikum. A very good morning to all, and most sincere, deeply felt thanks to Minister Al-Jadaan, to the Saudi Arabia authorities for bringing us to this beautiful place for the second edition of the Alula Emerging Markets Conference. We launched this conference last year in recognition of the growing role of emerging market economies in a world of sweeping transformations in geopolitics, in technology, in trade. And I came out of this gathering, probably as many of those who were here did, with a sense of hope for the pragmatic attitude and the determination to pursue good policies and build strong institutions, exactly in the spirit of what we heard from Minister Al-Jadaan. Even in the toughest of times, that is how economies can do well for their people and steer through the uncertainty we all face today. I also came out of the meeting with admiration for the strength that emerging market economies demonstrate in action, in what you do. There is a lot to be positive about. Our research shows that emerging markets have more independent central banks, clearer inflation targets to anchor monetary policy, less reliance on foreign exchange interventions to absorb stocks, fiscal policy that is well anchored in medium-term frameworks. I am particularly impressed how many countries moved forward with adopting fiscal rules so they can have entrenched budget discipline for their economies. Simply put, good policies pay off. Growth rates across emerging markets at around 4% this year exceed by a large margin those of advanced economies that are around 1.5%. And the share of emerging markets in the world economy well exceeds half. We are now at over 56% in the pie that we create together. Yet, let me give us a note of caution. Growth still lacks pre-pandemic levels, and this is doubly concerning as we will surely experience more shocks, but face them with depleted fiscal buffers in many places, with high spending pressures practically everywhere, and rising debt levels in many countries. Two policy priorities stand up. First priority, unleash private sector-led growth by cutting red tape, deepening financial markets, strengthening institutions, improving governance. Minister Al-Jadaan spoke very adequately about that. And helping young people develop new skills for the jobs of tomorrow, helping young people be entrepreneurs rather than dependent on somebody else to give them a job. Second priority, step up integration. In a world of shifting alliances and trade patterns, there are new opportunities for cooperation at the regional and cross-regional levels. And on this, emerging markets are leading the way, from the GCC to ASEAN to the African Continental Free Trade Area to Mercosur. Lowering barriers and deepening integration can help preserve trade as an engine of growth. Coming back to where I started, our second gathering here in Alula. Very impressive attendance. We added more preparatory work and research targeted to underpin discussions at the conference. We have also added closed-door thematic sessions, and this proves that Minister Al-Jadans foresaw something that is so very clear. Emerging markets are a growing source and force of global leadership, and they need a dedicated space for dialogue. In a more fragmented world, you come together to strengthen your ties. You discuss top-of-mind issues like prospects for global trade, managing uncertainty, monetary policy, and the role of private sector-led growth. And you build the mutual understanding and respect that forms the fertile ground for cooperation. I very much look forward to listening to the discussions. We learn so much when we come together, and how blessed we are to do so in the most beautiful of settings. Thank you.